It's time. What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Header, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Tuesday. It's gonna be a great day. Boy, I got wee. I got something to talk about today. I got a few things. I want to hear from y'all. Casey Small, I see you. I see you, D. Holcomb, Thaddeus Moody. I see you. I see you, Brandon. I see you, Daryl Anderson. Y'all give me some. What y'all wanna talk about today, man? Anything interesting happen out there in the world? It can be any topic. Because when I get to rolling, I'm gonna be rolling. Where I put that at? Hold on. Oh hell no. Hey, when I get to rolling, I'm gonna get to rolling. Let me get a little water. What's happening? What's happening out here? I'm about to log on. I just hold on. Watch this. Hold up, y'all. Hey, these the kind of stuff I like. I get a text. I'm about to log on. I just want to tell you my son's name has been buzzing now because you mentioned him yesterday on the show. That is the kind of stuff Brad Kimball, Jeremy Davis. I get a text this morning. Somebody said, my son's name been buzzing around the basketball space because of what I talked about on the show yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, these people can talk negative and do what they want to about your sons. Y'all, it's a new day. That's all. What's that song on the Wiz? Can you feel a brand new day with the Dana Ross and Michael Jackson? I'm saying, y'all got to feel it's a brand new day out here. Okay, Small. I'm talking about in the grassroots basketball, and listen. Any of y'all people that are basketball historians, I need to talk to them today. Text, tag, and tell them. I got a subject I want to basketball guys, NBA guys who watch the NBA over the years and all that kind of stuff. I need to talk to my NBA people today. So if you got time, hold up, yeah, I got it. I didn't moisturize like I supposed to today. And I'm always around in this area. I'm sorry. Y'all got to bear with me. Uh, my skin gets a little dry right up in here. Sorry about that. But I'm sorry. Jenny, let me tell you something. Jenny, it's a reason when I tell you to share the show. Jenny, we need 1 million people sharing this show. What if we had 1 million people that all of y'all done reached out to following this show yesterday? When I get a parent, because Jenny, this could be your son one day. Jeremy, this could be your daughter one day. This could be Brad, one of your nephews. A man said, my son name began to buzzing because I mentioned him yesterday. I told y'all people watched it. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all just look on here and say, well, I just got Jeremy Davis. It's more than Jeremy Davis watching this show. It's people watching this show that you can't. I get the numbers after the show. But not be saying, but it's people know how to come on this show and be cognito because they don't want their friends to know. Because they done talked about me and Jimmy so bad, they don't want nobody to know. It's a dude was on the show the other day. Y'all, let me tell you something. I got somebody spliced out what I said about this young man yesterday. Young fella named Trey Nunn. Somebody cut that piece out and posted it, right? And I love it because it's a situation where if this platform, not me, this platform and the people that I know, they come back and watch this show. And I know a lot of people that's in this basketball community. I'm not a high school, I'm not the high school basketball guru. That's Jimmy. I'm not the guy to go watch the bulk of your games. That's Doug Jones. And I don't go video your games like Gary and Jeffrey Day. I don't go cover your games like that because everybody got a role to have to play. Everybody can't play the drums. Then we're gonna have no band. One band, one sound. Somebody got to play something else. And I didn't even get the role that I'm in now. It didn't exist. It existed out of need because I get tired of people talking negative about our kids. And I just want to let people know they positive things. Because when people coming to me, Willie Sullivan, one of the things I always say, a lot of people come at me telling me about what a kid can't do. Shit, he 15, 16, 17 years old. That's a lot of shit you couldn't do at that age. But I see the things that he can do. Are y'all feeling me? I look at him, Sterling Creeks. Damn. Huh. Young fella. I like that. Y'all, if y'all got anybody that's been around the NBA, just like the NBA, just love the NBA, I got a topic. You got any Isaiah Thomas fans in? Because listen, y'all know I talk about Steph Curry and I talk about James Harden, but the guy who I looked up to when I was young was Isaiah Lord Thomas, not the little bitty one, not the little one that let Floyd Mayweather talk him out of his money, running his mouth and didn't get paid. I'm talking about Isaiah Lord, two-time champion back to back. Isaiah Thomas, Willie Sullivan. Hey man, Willie, our boys play tonight, huh? Willie, you ain't out there, boys, are you? But Sterling Creeks, I sit back Sterling Creeks and watch them. Just watch how this thing goes, man. You parents, like people yesterday were talking about who was that? Jay probably ain't gonna come on today, man. Jay came on here to start. He didn't really start no mess. Jay, y'all we got to stop being scared of people in this summer basketball. Let me tell you something. I have relationships with all of these guys at some level, associationship, and all that kind of stuff. But and I respect what everybody tries to do in the summer basketball community and the grassroots. I promise you I do. Don't let nobody tell you that I'm negative against this because I've been everything in summer basketball. I spend my money on these kids in basketball. I didn't have a shoe contract from nobody to sponsor the team I sponsored. You follow me? These people out here using Nike money to get power, using Under Armour money to get power, using these people money to get power. I use my own money. Franchise All Stars was not sponsored by no shoe team. My kids come on the team. What shoe you like, man? What shoe that they might give you over there that'll make you lead this team? I don't want that to be the excuse. You tell me whatever shoe you want. That's what we're gonna have in your. What you want? What you need? I'm gonna eliminate the excuse right now. What you need, baby? You got them. What you need, son? I like these. What you need? I like these. What you need? Okay, all right. But I did that because what? I treated my son's teammates the same way at high school. I didn't do it to get favor. I just said, y'all gotta understand. We do. That's why I understand y'all paying this money to go to these tournaments. I'm gonna tell you what really, really broke my heart. I'll never forget this. Really, really, really broke my heart. Uh, when a parent called me and their team played in, they didn't know it was two events. Their team, they got Sloan got an event and Jimmy got an event at the exact same damn day. It's 56 weeks in a year, and they wanted to have it on the same day. Okay. The team he was on, these see, that's the soft part I'm talking about. Well, I just play one game over here in his event, and I play one game over here, and not thinking about the parents got to pay two type of time for one game. That's the problem that I have. Wait a minute. Do anybody see that as a problem? That's just maybe a problem that I'm seeing. If y'all don't understand, because it don't affect me, because I don't have to pay to get in on them anyway. I'm doing this for y'all. And y'all need to quit letting these clowns thinking I'm talking against y'all. No, I'm on the parents. I'm on their side. Now, I'm on the parents that's right. Now, because some of you parents ain't no good either. Y'all be talking about other people's kids too. But when she said in one event was on the north side and the other event was on all the way on the southwest side, that's a half a tank of gas. Willie Sullivan is nobody cared. I'm giving my event. I'm giving my event. F that dude. F that dude. And oh my God, my favorite basketball player in the absolute world has just came on the feed. I'm not believing this right now. I'm not. Hey y'all. Hey, before Isaiah Thomas, Barry Lee Sanders was my favorite basketball player. I never told him that, but I can tell him now. I can tell him now. That was my favorite basketball player before Isaiah Thomas. It's finals time at the beautiful school of Legacy School and Sport. But Barry, Brandon Weefall. Think about this, and I want somebody to just help me, Dominique. I want you to just help me. A mama called me, several parents, but this one mama got me in particular. She said she went to the first event, right? Paid her money, had a wristband, so she go watch her son play the second game. When she got to the other game, these people didn't have she had to pay again to see her son play one game. Somebody got to help me. Don't just leave me out here by myself. Because the program operators don't stand up and just say, well, look here. If all of this on my parents, I'm not going to play in neither one of these guys' events. They'll straighten that stuff up then. But a parent that has to pay, I don't know, $20-something to get in this event. Half a tank of gas to go over and play $20 more to get in another event. See her son play one game. Not realize it's two events. The team them put their parents in. I blame the team. So people go, yeah, wait, you're talking about the summer coaches. Listen, you know what killed me about Houston? A lot of people want the credit. I see them on social media bragging about their programs and bragging about they want the credit, but they don't want the blame. After your visit, they don't want the blame. If something happen bad on this show, y'all notice what I do. I always take the blame. Always. I'm just sitting here. That's why I address your texts and your comments. Because your comments are tabulated and people look at your comments. They don't know you, they know me. So if it's anything happen, they come to me. Somebody came on this show last week and said their event was going to be $10 on this show. So what happens is they text and call me saying, I came with 5 people. I thought I was going to have to pay $50. Mr. Hatter, they made me pay $20 a person. But they said on your show, it was $10. And y'all think I don't supposed to say nothing about that? Because what? It's affecting me. I have the unique opportunity of being in a lot of spaces. I had a son that was pretty good player. We did our summer basketball different from the rest of the people. He got exactly what I wanted him to get out of the basketball process. My son was smart, but he wasn't smart enough to get in no Ivy League schools like that. He had all this 5.0 grade point averaging, all of this. But when you trying to get in one of these schools, everybody got that. So he needed a nudge. Guess what his nudge was? Being one of the best point guards in the country, especially in the state of Texas. So the guys came all the way from New York 6 times to secure this little bitty skinny little dude with glasses on. And he went up there and go Google him. He in the record books and go. He didn't just go up there and be normal. I wish I can find. Hold up, y'all. And not just on the floor. And when I tell y'all this kind of stuff, this stuff is to let you know that your kid can do this too. Where's my favorite? Y'all know these people that mess up your they done messed up your can't even find your damn favorites no more. Hold up. These people that messed up this new what you call it? This new upgrade. This new upgrade and kind of really kind of then piss me off. Cause you can't find your pictures. Where is the favorites at now? Could somebody help me who been updated? Where my favorites at? I gotta show y'all something. It's golly. Let's see. See, it ain't in there. That ain't it. Man, where your favorites at? Where my young people at? Where the favorites at? Jeffrey, I'm looking for the favorites. Maybe I should my daughter know everything, but she gonna come in there and look at me. I thought you was on the show. What are you doing in here messing with me? Let's see. What's favorites? Favorites. You can't even get to your favorites no more. How can they just take your stuff off? Off the you can't have favorites. Don't nobody know what the favorites are? Golly. Oh man. I'm not gonna spend that much more time doing it. I can't stand it. But doing his graduation, he could not. He didn't go back. He was supposed to come and do some basketball stuff, but he had to cancel the basketball stuff. Uh, you know, because when he graduated, Joe Biden was at the convocation at his school, and he was on the welcoming committee. So he said, "Dad, I can't miss this, man. I can't miss this." he understood. But what happens? He graduated from two different schools. He graduated from regular Cornell University, but Cornell University got this one of the greatest undergrad business school called the Dyson School of Business on the planet. That's one of the reasons we went to Cornell, because I wanted him to get in the Dyson School of Business. So in case you was wondering why I go to Cornell, he thought he was going up there to play basketball. I negotiated. It's not but a certain about 98 people, kids, it might be less than that, get to be in this program and go for 4 years. About 98 people on the whole planet get a chance to go into this program. So I wanted him to go in that program. And so he graduated from regular school. Then he had to graduate from this school. So when I went up there, he took everybody, because we had so many people there. He took us on a tour, and he told us, this where that I spent most of my time studying and doing some stuff. So when I went there, um, okay, you know what? I might have sent it to a partner of mine. Hold on, hold on. When I went, he took us around and we went in this business school. And you know how I know as I am. I look up on him. He said, see, that's some of my work. Up on the wall, ladies and gentlemen, uh, was a, never forget this. It was a, let me make sure I don't have it. Uh, uh, Up on the wall was a project that he did about I don't want to give y'all the wrong thing, but he had a project, and I'm trying. There it is, right there. See, I sent it to this guy, and it was a problem. I'm sending it to so we can see it. And I'm just trying to tell you, this the kind of stuff Jeffrey Reed that hold on. This the kind of stuff that make you proud. We talk about, all you got to do is go and Google Code, and then go to and you go to his basketball stats. You will see all of that, but you won't see this. Let me see. Lil Rob. Uh, Plaque. All right. So I put it. Let me try to see. Can I put it up there? So when this what really got to me, y'all. It was. Make sure I can see it. It was about this up on the wall in the Dyson School of Business, Cornell, right now. Talking about the gender uh affection on IPO pricing. And when you look at those names, you got Courtney, you got Athena. Rob, my name, y'all, is up in Cornell right now. That's really my name. Now, he did it. And these people, it's up on the wall in perpetuity, forever. These young kids, I told him when he went up there, I said, I use the example. You don't go to West Point to become the crossing guard. When you go to West Point, you coming out want to be the admiral. You want to be the boss. You want to be the head. You don't go to the Ivy League to come back home to have a job. You go there to create jobs. You go there to be a captain of industry. Kenneth Gamble, the kid, he didn't brag about it. He didn't say, the first time I knew about it, the kid been there 4 years. I didn't know he had a damn plaque up on the wall for his work he done. But I'll never forget this, y'all. When I knew the school was different, I'm sitting up there. Y'all got to understand, I used to go sneak and sit in classes. Shit, I was up there so much. Shit, you think I'm just sitting in a hotel all day? No, sir. Cornell is not a city that everybody can hang out. I had the Walmart, my hotel, the Walmart. I can go to Walmart. What's that? The Chili's and stuff like that. The rest of the other stuff is on the hill. Uh, 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 everything else is in the valley. Man, whoever did this school, this is amazing. Everything else you have to Cornell's is set on top of a mountain. So you had to go up the mountain and go to the school. So I'm sitting in the class, I'm sitting out there in the little student union where the food. He took me to one time. The food was so good, I go there all the time. And he used to love this, y'all. He used to love this. He walk in, and he be paying for my food to eat. Hold on. Yeah, y'all, watch this now. He walk in his card because you got to have a card to eat. He swiping his card so I can eat, right? But I'm wondering, do I have to pay for all this anyway? You think you swiping, but the bursar's office, you see, in Cornell and Ivy League, they don't give academic. I mean, they don't give athletic scholarships. They give academic scholarships. But if your parents make over a certain amount of money, you got to pay. So, but it was so funny. I'm sitting in there, and I'm watching this little young girl, and she had a group of people at a table, and they were studying, but she was talking, but she she was the way she was talking, and the way she was leading the discussion. I said, she gonna be so. I said, these are the minds that my son, I don't care how much they make. These are the minds that he's rubbing shoulders. I don't know who these people were on here, but the minds that these young people got. I'm trying to find that thing so I can put it back up there. I don't know these people. We might need to Google these girls, these kids that were with them. But these are the minds. Let me bring them names up again. Courtney Boves, Athena Bameo, Robert Hatter, Megan Sutton, and Will Van Allen. Yo, and listen, this can happen in any other university. It was just that I had to plan for my son to be there. Waxahachie. Did I mix it up? That's a hell of a name. He said, how do you pronounce Waxahachie? I mean, y'all, when I want to, sometimes I be trying to be funny, and I'll say something crazy. Y'all, I grew up on Richard Pryor and Rudy Ray Moore, so I might say something. Uh, so those the kind of stories, y'all, that I've had the advantage of being around, y'all. Every college campus, and like I explained, because some people don't know. Some people think Vanderbilt is an Ivy. Some people think Stanford is Ivy. No, 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 no. It's just 8 Ivy League schools. They call them the Ancient 8. And how I remember them so good is at first I didn't know all of them, but I remember because I remember the 2 C's, Cornell and Columbia. The 2 P's, Princeton and Penn. Harvard, Yale, Brown, and Dartmouth. That's how I remember. So that's 8. But I used to go to them. I used to go to class on every campus. Cause I have nothing to do. I know y'all be saying, I got pictures of me sitting in Harvard Law School and Law Library and in the business school. I got pictures of me at the Wharton School of Business in Pennsylvania, which Penn was my favorite stop. Penn was my favorite stop because I met other black parents that were on the opposite team. Dylan, Dylan Jones. Met with him. He introduced me with some more parents. We became friends because we always was at the game. I love my visit to Pennsylvania to Penn. Let's see what I like. Yo, I like the pizza. I went to Dartmouth. Dreary, like Transylvania is dark and dreary and rain and snow everywhere. But they had the best pizza in the world. Brown, shaky. But I got a chance to go to Providence and let's see. What else? I'm trying to go up the coast. Harvard, one of my second favorite stops, I think. Harvard, then Brown. Yale is so old, it's so beautiful, it's so rustic. One of these days I'm gonna show you. I showed a long time ago. I had a video of the young high school student band they had at Yale, and they was getting it in. And even the dancers were unique. And Yale had these old wooden seats that flipped down, the old wooden seats, the original seats from, they the ancient eight. They've been around a long time. Then I'm coming back home. I'm coming back toward Princeton was nice. When I couldn't maneuver, it's too much snow. Princeton. Who else? Who else? Columbia. I love Columbia because it allowed me to be in Harlem. Because Morningside is you can walk. At my hotel. I could walk if I wanted to uh, through Harlem, through Harlem to go to. That was one of my favorite places. I think I went to. I think I said them all. Like I said, Brown was the worst. Uh, Columbia. Yeah, I got them all. I got them all. But no, I just sometimes we're gonna share stuff because some of y'all grandsons or sons might go to these places. I don't want y'all go to them places and fulfill your life. But summer basketball, y'all. Uh, when I get this call this morning, I text this morning. Young man said, uh, the young man told me my son's name has really been buzzing because you mentioned him yesterday. The reach, not me, the reach this platform has is unbelievable. The reach. We don't need everybody watching. We need the right people watching. Like what Jay-Z said, I don't buy the bright watch, I buy the right watch. Yeah, I know a little bit something. But shout out, we're gonna keep doing this, y'all. We're gonna keep getting better. We ain't perfect. The summer basketball community ain't perfect. I just wanted to get better. And the people that don't want to get better with us, we ain't gonna kick them out. We just gonna move around them. See, y'all can't act right. If y'all don't act right, y'all can't get in this club. You got me? So let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the Tigers. DeMar Hall, shout out show, man. The TSU Tigers, they got a game in Boise, Idaho today. The game is 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock y'all time. So it's about Mountain Time. I'm on West. I'm on I'm Pacific time. So it might be 6 o'clock on my time. You can watch it on the Mountain West Network. You can watch it online. Yeah, I did it the last time, and it was free. Um, let's see what else. Proud of them. Hope they. I just need them to get one of these wins under their belt. And by the way, Las Vegas Aces. I can't wait till tomorrow. 3-time NBA MVP, WNBA MVP, and 2-time champion is signing a 6-year extension. Aja Wilson with Nike. With one of the richest shoe deals for women's basketball players ever. So Asia, she just kept plugging away. She just kept plugging away. But but I saw some. I need my basketball people now. I'm gonna talk about this. Then I'm gonna talk about Travis. Like the guy come on there talking about Travis' fiance. Let me tell y'all something. That boy love that girl, and that's why I reacted the way I reacted yesterday. We just got to wait on that to play out. Y'all, all of us been with people, Jay, and people tell us about them people. Somebody told me, man, I didn't listen. So how in the hell I'm gonna tell Travis? But it'll find out. He'll find out. And she might be grateful. So, but y'all, I had the advantage. Sometimes I get a chance to sneak off. I just don't say nothing about it, but I sneak off and you go to places and you go. I go to a lot of NBA games and I'm blessed enough they let me sit close. Uh, they let me sit close. And there's a lot of people. The game is different uh, than when you're sitting up. I like to sit up because I like to see the game. I don't like to sit down, but the things you hear watching LeBron run down the floor in person on the floor close to him, I've never heard, I've never seen nothing like it. And I used to be Well, Shaq used to have that. Karl Malone used to have that. Uh, but I wasn't sitting down on the floor with Karl Malone. I was with Shaq. What LeBron, you can hear his footsteps. Bam, 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 bam. When he's chasing somebody down, man, it's just different. You can hear what's happening sometimes if you're close enough compared to where you're at. You're gonna hear all the action. And my partner happened to be at in Vegas for the semifinals. They Milwaukee versus Atlanta. There was a lot of NBA legends sitting around the court. If you watch the game, y'all, this NBA Cup thing, this Emirates, it's a hit. 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 I can't believe tonight y'all got to watch it. Uh, I'm going with Milwaukee tonight. I know a lot of people gonna go with Oklahoma City, but I'm going that Jalen Williams. That's the only person. I'm scared of Shea, but Shea the stuff. But Jalen Williams is the one. He just said, y'all got to watch him. Keep with the Braves. You got a brother playing in the league. But Doc Rivers, they was sitting behind the bench where Doc Rivers and them was. And Doc Rivers, they said, turned the game into a stand-up comic improv act. You wouldn't have known that sitting just a few rows back, a few rows up, a few rows. You wouldn't have known that. And he is in the business, uh, uh, the sports reporting business. He said every possession down the floor, he would turn around. Doc would turn around with his hands crossed, with his hands out. The famous pose that Doc be having. He would turn around and give a quick commentary about what was going on in the game. We couldn't see that on TV, but he being right there was telling me every possession. Doc was talking to Oscar Robertson. All of these people was at the game. It was a part of the game that you can't duplicate, even with the best high definition TV in the world. There is no place in sports to me like your feet on the wood in basketball. Feet on the wood mean you're right there. It's no place. I'm just sharing this with y'all. Um, Major League Baseball, you had to be behind the net. Uh, NHL, your best seats in the house is what? Behind the glass. In the NFL, the best seat for NFL is 30, 40 rows up because you want to get the best view, a bird's eye view of the field instead of being so close because the players down here, it's too much. But when you think about sports like soccer, the field is too long. I've been to a soccer game in Spain. The field is too long. There's no optimal viewing experience there. Golf, you need 20/20 vision because I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When that damn ball is hit, it's going so fast I can't see it. I just know I see where it went off the office club, and I got an idea of where it is. You got to have 20/20 vision. The only competition that your feet on the floor in basketball, like where my bet? Willie Sullivan, right there. Willie Sullivan has his feet on the floor at TSU games. Willie Sullivan, you're gonna be able to understand this with me. He has it because he got season tickets. He right there on the floor. The game is different on the floor. We get to hear stuff on the floor that everybody don't hear. The only competition I think is tennis. For some reason, you can hear when you're down close on tennis. You can hear the players. You can hear the coaches. You can hear all the reactions going on each individual play. So if you go to U.S. Open, try to get down there close. If you ever have the opportunity, you spend your hard-earned money on an experience, I can promise you, NBA, feet on the wood, always deliver, no matter what game it is. You're going to come away with experience. It's not a flex. It's just information that I want you to have. Because, people don't know. But what's happening in the NBA and to a lot of broadcast seats, like where me and Chatterbox sit, like like most of the stadiums we go in, Grambling, we right there on the floor, right there by the action. A lot of people. Jackson State, we're a little bit up in the crowd. I don't like the Jackson State setup because whatever we said, the season ticket holders right there, looking crazy at us right in front of us. They did right in front of us now. We got a few women always turning around, got something to say. Hard to do the show, but you got to be a professional. They don't have a well. Let me see. Mississippi Valley, I don't like. They put your ass. You way up there. Mississippi Valley. Um, Even Alabama A&M, you way up there. Alabama State, you on the floor. I'm trying to go through Southern. You're right there on the floor. Southern, they treat you nice at Southern too. I like them. I like the people at Southern. The lady who have their little alumni thing over there, she always come up and say, "Y'all come over here and get whatever y'all want. Y'all come over here." That's the only place to really do that like that. Let's see. I'm trying to go around. I'm just trying to go. Hmm. What's the other schools? I had to go to the other school. Bethune Cookman, you right there. When I tell you right there, you right there. It's like a old high school gym. I'm just trying to go. Florida A&M is cool. I like them. Let me go through the SWAC because I'm telling a story and I wanna be. I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all what goes on being a broadcaster and me, got friends in broadcasting and they telling me about the experience that they just had at the let me look up the SWAC. The experience they just had at the let me look at the standings and they'll tell me. Uh Alabama State got you right on the floor. Grambling, I like Grambling. I like Grambling, the kids. I like the students at Grambling. They got their own TV station. I love them. Mississippi Valley. Yeah, I'm the people who had us sitting way up there. Uh, and Arkansas Pine Bluff. We sitting down. Sitting down. Prairie View. Let me pass. Uh, Jackson State, I told you, and Alcorn State, they got us on the floor. They got us on the floor. And the reason I'm talking about this, y'all, is I got a compelling story to talk about this because I was just thinking about because in the NBA, um, they half the teams are putting the broadcast team kind of up because they want that area down there and don't understand that um, they putting them on the first mezzanine, almost half of them up there, and so when you broadcast, you're able to hear things and see things different when you're right there on the floor. I experienced when he was telling me about it. I'm sitting here, I'm experiencing when I'm at certain games, Mississippi Valley. I'm not, it's hard because you way up there, uh, and when you broadcast, when you see the game completely different from down there, right? Uh, you're better at your job when you're close. I'm telling you, because you see things, you can see things you can talk about, especially me being an analyst. I have to talk about the atmosphere because you're not there. You listen on the radio. I got to bring the atmosphere to you. It's hard to me to bring the atmosphere way up there where they put you. Alabama A&M with your new gym, and you didn't put us way up there. Uh, See, the entertainment that I'm intaking now can be relayed to the audience that's listening to the game. Like in NFL, in the NBA, guys were telling me about Atlanta, they send you to down there to the upper deck. They do their own broadcast from up there. Atlanta, they won't. I don't understand that. And when you are sitting there, but when you're sitting courtside, you got to be locked in because that ball will hit you in the head. That players will jump over. You got to, for your safety because these guys are coming full speed at you now. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever get a chance to, do me a favor. You ever get a chance, you got to see Giannis live. You got to see him live. The TV don't do him justice. The way he influenced action at the rim, uh, and he closed out to the 3 point in the corner so quickly. No one else is doing it like him. It stands out to me. Yeah, this how I watch the game. He said he don't have a bag now. He can't shoot free throws. Y'all talking. He can't shoot threes. But him and Wimby, how they control that, TV just don't give them no justice. Man, even TV don't give Allen Iverson no justice. I've had the unique advantage of being down there. It don't do LeBron no justice. These guys are athletic unicorns, I call them. Uh, and the guy was telling me that, y'all, see, ain't nobody talked about this. Y'all gonna get it first. He was telling me about how Chris Middleton, because they played in the game the other night, sweats more than any player. He said the ball boys are pointing out where he is on the court every time. Because during stoppages, there's puddles underneath where he was. Talking about Chris Middleton. Because he bends over, grabs his shorts, and there's a puddle. Some of y'all might know this if you know Chris Middleton. They run to where Chris Middleton's spot is every single time. That's how much sweat this guy put on the floor. It is no hyperbole. This how much it was a puddle. And then he was asking me about the other guys who he said Pat Ewing, Malik Rose, Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett before the game be sweating. And you know, have y'all ever been in pickup games? And I have. And the dude all sweating, man, I don't want that dude touching on me, man. Oh, I couldn't stand it. But they said that's a way when you sweat like that, that's a way of getting your toxins out of your system. Um, but ladies and gentlemen, I got to this Thad Moody and all the people who love Isaiah Thomas, man, that's one guy that I wish I can just sit up and talk basketball with all day. All day. Yo, I was hearing an interview. Look at Jenny. Jenny probably did that. Uh, this guy was asking him about, I was listening to a show he was on, and it was talking about the current product of the NBA game today. And it was talking about the 3-point shot. He played on a team that he said would he never allow a team like Golden State, what they did the other night. They made the most amount of threes combined in NBA history in a single game with the other team. They asked him a question. Y'all listen to this word. They asked him the question, how is the game evolved beyond the art? Remember the word evolve. It was he said that game when they had that, it was just guys being able to make shots that night. That's not what we're seeing in the NBA every night. That's an outlier. I talked about it on the show, but I did tell y'all 3 days earlier, a team is 75 shots, 3-point shots in a game. He said, we do say the NBA is entertainment also. So the quality of the game and the quality of the product that you want to see on the floor and what you want to watch. He said, we're not watching good basketball being played. The 3-point shot is entertaining when it's working. But most of the time, it hasn't been working. That was an outlier. What is the best thing about the NBA today? And what are some of the worst things? They asked him a question. What are some of the worst things about the NBA that you would like to see changed? He said the best thing about the NBA today is the players. He said, I think we have some of the most unbelievable skilled players in the NBA. unbelievable athletes. It's Isaiah Lloyd Thomas talking, not the little young Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Lloyd Thomas, Indiana, the Bad Boy Pistons. He said, these players that can shoot and run and anything you want them to do on the basketball floor. He said, we have players all through 1 through 15 on the rosters that can do these things, right? He said, however, what I would like to see change is the term, they use today. It's a copycat league. He said that's a cop out. Y'all done heard it. NBA is a copy. If they doing it, he doing it. They doing it, he doing it. They doing it. They doing it. I don't know if y'all do it in summer basketball. Some of your coaches tell me. I need somebody to talk back to me. I'm gonna give you some. This Isaiah talking now. I'm just talking for him right now. He said, I didn't use it. It didn't used to be a copycat league. He said everybody played. Everyone, the players were different. Everyone had different styles back in the day. Coaching today and analytics today, these two combined has made it where everybody share the same information. Everybody speaks the same language. Everybody has the same type of players. Long and athletic, the 6'7", the 6'8", the 6'8", the interchangeable, the wing players. Everybody have the same body types of players. And everybody have the same play and the same play call and the same language. So we are seeing some same in the NBA. Think about it. Emi Udoka came from Boston. Charles Lee came from Boston. Boston shooting what, 6 threes a game. All these people using the same. They have the same every night because the coaches are also, and also the analytic people have gotten together and they conveniently, oh well, it's a copycat league. I'm gonna copy what Boston doing. They don't want. I'm gonna copy what Golden State doing. I'm gonna come about. So Boston played that way. So all 29 teams have to play this way. But the rest of the teams don't have Tatum and Brown on their team. You can't play that way if you don't have them to. Let me give me some water. I hope somebody follow me right here. Because it's about to get good. So Thaddeus Moody, the only one listening. Okay. So you can't play the way Boston plays. You don't have them two players. You have to find a way to play different that beats them. Everybody have the same move. They have the same dribble moves, y'all. Watch it. They have the same shots. Everybody shoots from the hip now. Everybody tries to emulate each other. He said, I'm going to give you 5 guys. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and himself. None of us played like each other. Everybody had different styles. The bad boys had their own identity. Thank you, Mike. I got a hoop on here now. Mike. And I'm not bashing the new game. He's just giving a comparison because you new players don't understand the history. Me too, Mike. But Mike, if y'all didn't hear what Mike said, I'm gonna put it up on the thing. He said, I keep saying somebody's venture gonna go back to old. But Mike, watch this. He said, take me to the huddle. And He said, take him into the huddle, so the interview. How would you be defend? Ask Isaiah, how would you defend today's style game? Because the Pistons teams, he said, were no, and the guy said the Pistons teams were known for their physicality and forcing people into bad shots. He said, if they knew that your offensive game plan coming into tonight's game, if you would attempt 50 or 60 3-point shots, then Isaiah said, we're not going to let you do that. And by the way, if you take 53-point shots, he said, I will go. He said, I would, I'll go, I'll go was to make you miss 40 of them. See, Isaiah got a plan. These teams now hope you miss. He said, I got a plan to make you miss. So now your 3-point shots turn into a fast break or turnover. It's like a turnover to us. You follow me? The Bad Boys were one of the most efficient teams that played the game offensively. We used to just think they're the bad boy. They beat up on Michael Jordan. The Jordan rules. That's all we. But yo, there go college players, high school players. Y'all need to get it. The School of Legacy School of Sports and Sciences. Their goal was to put a point on the board every time down court. One of my favorite things I'm going to be talking about if you listen to the broadcast this year, TSU broadcast, the SWAC broadcast, I'm going to be talking about PPP, points for possession. Every time they went down the court, they wanted 1, 2, or 3 points. Their goal is to put a point on the board every time they down the court. Y'all, I think, Detroit just celebrated one of the highest scoring. They had a hit anniversary for the highest scoring game ever in NBA history. They scored 186 points and only took 3-point shots. Isaiah said, because we're so efficient. When you are putting 12, if you're putting 1, 2, 3 points on the board every time down the court, Willie Sullivan. But they still shoot them. He talking about the Rockets don't have shooting, but they still shooting them. That's the problem. If you don't have Tatum and Brown on your team, don't shoot them. If you don't have Stephon Curry on your team, you don't shoot them. Thank you, Willie Sullivan. I'm glad you put that up there. Let me let the people on Facebook see what you said so they can know I'm just not crazy. And listen, high school coaches, have you ever told your players, y'all, when we are putting 1, 2, or 3 points on the board every time down the court, and we are making the other team miss, we are going to beat the hell out of the other team. I wonder how many college coaches tell the people. How they defend, he said, how they defend the 3-point line, they would make them people make tough shots and make them turn the ball over. Because if you close out on them, they're going to have to try to get around you, trying to run them off the 3. Now you're going to push in places where they don't want to be because they want to shoot the 3. See, a challenge shot, I don't know if y'all knew this, a challenge shot in the NBA is made 22% of the time. A challenge shot. 22%, that's terrible. Not all great players, not all players are great like Kevin Durant and some of the other guys that's real good. They can make 30 to 35% of challenge shots. But most of the time, these great players who makes what makes them so great, they know how to get open so they don't have to shoot a challenge shot. He said that probably. Look at that. Look at that. Stay off Twitter. I saw that on Twitter somewhere. I hadn't looked it up, so well, Vera Barnes put that up. Coach Sutton, you said y'all talked about it last night. You said we talked about last 3-point efficiency, high school, college. When y'all talked about it? But let me go. But I thought about this. I thought about this, Miss Sutton. But most of the time, like I said, those great players, what make them so great, they would work so hard to get open so their shot is not challenged. But when you get these random players chucking up 5 3-point shots a night and missing them, and they going 0 for 5, that's bad basketball that I've been talking about in high school. And for the bad boy Pistons, when he was playing, he said, people shooting them shots like that, it's a turnover, a rebound, or a fast break. That's how we got to start thinking. He just ain't white. He a badass dude, Jamisha Southern. You talking about my man? He a bad. He shoot more threes than anybody in the NBA. I see y'all been on Twitter. Good job. Good job. I like that. Think about this, y'all. If your kids had the mindset that every time somebody chunk one of these long ass threes up, use that in your mind. That's a turnover, a rebound, and a fast break because it's long. And that particular team that they had, the bad boys, they had 3 of the top rebounders in the league. So when you missed, they rebounded and ran. He said, then they asked him, uh, uh, did he think this is the most? Watch this, y'all. Y'all watch this. Y'all watch this because I learned this. He said they asked him, do you think this is one of the most skilled NBA play, the most skilled NBA generation from top to bottom? He said, when you're talking about offensive skills, there's only 5 categories where you're talking about skills. You're talking about passing. You're talking about shooting. You're talking about dribbling. You're talking about rebounding and making layups and free throws. Those are the skills. That was out. Now, if you got any other skills, y'all can tell me. Let me know what they are. Y'all got some? Let me know. Then he said, do guys dribble better than they did back in the day? He said, maybe 1 or 2 of them. But for the most part, most dribble about the same. Shots are about the same. So people like to use the word, oh, the game has evolved. You remember I said this. The game has evolved. He said he don't like using that word. The only thing that has been added to the game is the distance that we shoot from. And that's still called shooting. He said, now, if I gave Larry Bird and everyone else and all them good shooters back then, everybody, the opportunity to shoot further and further out, where the offenses were designed that way to shoot from further distance. And he said, here's the key. If people accept you missing from great distances, then people would have shot more from great. People didn't accept that back then. He said, if your coach had told you you could miss 5 3-pointers a night, and you not even coming out. And the fans not even gonna boo you for missing all them shots. And by the way, we're gonna pay you a lot of money to do that. You'll be good with that, right? Stephon and Tom, bro. Yeah, yeah. Let me keep going. And the fans are not gonna boo you. He said back then, we wouldn't listen to this, y'all. When I used to play in Houston, we used to go to straight sevens. And if your ass straight seven or everything ones, if you didn't beat that team to seven, you ain't gonna be able to get back up because everybody waiting, everybody got down. So every time you shoot the ball, that bitch got to go in. They just didn't shoot a lot of them, Demetrius. They didn't shoot. They didn't shoot a lot of them. But and by the way, I just thought about that. Back then, you wasn't allowed to miss. He said the two guards back in the day used to shoot 47 to 60%. They said the guys, two guards now, to shoot 38% and they get paid. But in the day when you're shooting 38%, them guys didn't get a game they wasn't allowed, and when they was in the game, they weren't allowed to shooting 38%. George Gervin told me something I'll never forget. I said, Ice, greatest man, one of the greatest men I ever met. Ice, why you? I said, why you always shot the ball like that? He said, Bobby Hatter, man, let me tell you something, man. I shoot 67%, man. I shoot 67%, man. It just didn't seem right. Good basketball IQ. I just didn't seem right. Me passing to a dude shooting 30%. Interesting. Now shot selection and the acceptance and the hope that you might make a three-point shot is allowed now. The whole copycat league thing I was telling you about. So everybody is missing. So the league is saying you are allowed to miss some. Peyton Pritchard, the white kid I was telling you about. Because everybody else is missing. The first thing you said, oh well, we're gonna take. He said, if Isaiah Thomas, what he would do, he said the first thing he'll do, he said, look at y'all, we're gonna take really good three-point shots on this team. And if we make 17 to 20 good three-point shots a night, and we're taking good shots, and our good three-pointers are taking the shot, our good people are taking the shots, we can beat the hell out of other teams. Actually, what would you do different? How would you stop? How do I stop you from scoring? He said, think about this. My high school team was the number one defensive team. My college team in Indiana was the number one defensive team in the country. My pro team was the number one defensive team. What is wrong defensively today in the NBA, they ask? Is it, he said, I think it's the unnecessary help. The unnecessary help. He said they allow penetration too much instead of guarding your man. I'm watching it. I want y'all to watch this when y'all looking at games from now on. And if your man get beat, the defensive practice today, y'all, they just letting the guy beat the guy. When I grew, you're dribbling the ball, and the defense is designed today for the defender to let him snake around and drink and get behind him. The dribbler. I was taught you got to stay between the man and the basket, Lee Sanders. Who else on that feed that I know? Eric Boone. Oh, Eric Boone, I can't believe you ain't said nothing. Michael Cunningham. I was taught Trey Phillips. Trey Phillips, I know you listen to this. And now I'm coming off a screen and you getting behind me and the big drops. You got no shot when you're playing a good point guard. You're dead from the start. Because what you have done immediately on the first play, the first two dribbles, you have allowed ball penetration and you have put the defense in rotation in serious jeopardy. Are y'all hearing me? Eric Boone, I know you should be commenting right now. So it's entertaining watching people shoot, miss 75 three-point shots. That's not entertaining either. Let me keep going. All I'm saying, just have the best people shooting them. Look, Johnny should be shooting these threes. Y'all out here letting everybody shoot threes. I told you about a high school team that got a new addition on their team. I tell you about Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek got a dude on the team that's a hell of a sniper, a new kid. If I was the guard on that team, in which he's doing great at it now, I'm recognizing what I got. I'm getting him a wide open shot from the corner. If you don't pass that ball to Aiden Law, if he got a wide shot, you're coming out the game. Because that gives you the best chance of leaving this possession with 1, 2, or 3 points. Every time you go down the court, I want you to leave my team. We got to have point per possession. If y'all listen to the broadcast this year, I'm gonna be talking about the PPP, points per possession. It's so important. Because if I keep getting points per possession and you keep getting no points per possession, I'm gonna beat you. Dribble penetration? Yo, I like it when it was ball penetration, Isaiah said. Because defense start when you're defending the ball. I see y'all ass be running to men that ain't got the ball and lead a man with the ball by himself. I done seen that so many times. In college too. Big coach. There's dribble penetration and there's ball penetration. Defense start when you're defending the ball. Wherever the ball is, that's where your defense is set. Y'all, we talk about Michael Jordan and Kobe were two of the best players to ever play the game. And don't y'all know these guys caught the ball 90% of the time below the foul line. Coach Adler said, that's why they're shooting many. They playing the numbers game. Analytic, man, hey, we know why they're shooting them, but they're not making them. Coach Atlas, I don't mind. Let's get some makes. But the two best guys y'all said ever, they didn't use ball dribbling penetration. Somebody passed them the ball, and 90% of the time, them dudes caught the ball below the foul line. Hmm. Everybody say that these are the two best players in the world, and they caught the ball 90% of the time before the foul line. And the ball came from a pass. It didn't come from you breaking somebody. I'm breaking somebody down off the dribble. I'm making somebody help. Because the analytics crowd has influenced the offense so much. They also influenced the defense. Herb? See, nobody came on here and said that. Dave has influenced the game so much, they've also influenced the defense. So they can consequently measure. They want to measure. Analytics, that's science. They want to measure something. So if you get everybody playing the same way, thinking the same way, doing the same things, now I can get accurate measurements. But if I got people playing different ways, I can't measure. That is science. I got you, Jim. That's science. Magic Johnson, he said, was one of the smartest players to play basketball. He said, when you make a mistake, he took advantage of it. Michael Jordan, Isaiah said, from a scoring standpoint, is one of the great scorers ever. But he said, Magic, Bird, and Kareem, unlike today, you had to think the game. See, these people don't have to think the game no more. It's run to the corner, dribble, pass out, baseline drive, baseline drift. That's it. They don't have to think the game. He said, unlike you have to think the game. Jimmy, I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas. So I'm going to talk about him for a few more minutes. You have to know, Isaiah said, you got to know how to play chess. You can't come to the game and his game plan is the same as yours. Now we just gonna see who outshoot each other. That's what they did the other night. One night, but between Chicago Bulls and the Charlotte Hornets. Share the show, everybody. The Charlotte Hornets, they missed 75 threes. 2 nights later, Steph and the other team they played against, they combined to make the most threes in history in a game. But that's an outlier. You're not gonna make the most of the time, you're gonna miss a lot of them threes because the wrong people shooting them. They just said intellectually, those 3 guys I just named a minute ago were so far above everybody else. We're not saying that about players this day because they don't even have to show you. In order to beat these guys, like he did, Isaiah did, he said the mental stamina that you had to have coming into the game, you had to think your way through the game. He said it didn't matter how fast you was. These young kids, I want y'all to listen. It don't matter how high you jumped. This is all about basketball. It's how you play chess. Can you maneuver the pieces out on the court? Are we grooming our kids to do this? One of the best who do it today. Y'all know who the best to do it today? Yes, the Joker. They says he's non-athletic, he can't shoot, he can't jump, and he can't run. Well, basketball, ladies and gentlemen, when you play it real smartly, when you play it with intellect and intelligence, once I move you out of position, once the Joker gets you out of position, guess what he does to keep you out of position? So therefore, he don't need to have to run fast. He don't need to have to jump high. You don't have to do anything extra because what? You've got the defender out of position. Coaches, I hope you're teaching this. And when he wants to make a basket, as we all know, all he have to do is give you a little shoulder bump because you'll be falling back. And when you give that shoulder bump, you can't jump. When I touch you, you can't jump because you're going to go backwards. And all you're going to do, he's going to be laying the ball up softly. He do it every time. Muggsy Bogues can play this game. The Joker can play this game. Oliver Miller can play this game. The game is so beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, because everybody can play it. Jimmy can play it. Everybody can play it. It didn't matter how tall you were, how small you were, how fast you were. All of these things helped, but you fade it all with intellect. The reason why we can't play, he said, the reason why they could play, talking about Isaiah Thomas, he said the reason why they could play against Magic, Bird, and Michael and win, the key word is win, he said it's because they had the intellect to compete with them. He had the intellect to compete with them. He had a fundamental base that he could get them out of position and keep them out of position and use his teammate. Key words, young people out there in Houston, use your teammate summer basketball, high school basketball to win a basketball game. Shout out to Shadow Creek. I didn't know you made a record, your school record, 121 points. I didn't realize you scored 121 points against a team. The team had 74. Shout out to y'all. And you won the basketball game. I'll pause a little bit, Jimmy. Oliver Miller could play the game of basketball. Dad Moody, for you to run your mouth and make that tweet, you better go back and watch Oliver Miller. You talking about when he got fat. A big, fat, out of shape looking dude like that could play basketball. I don't know what the hell you talking about, not Oliver Miller. You got to be at your rabbit ass mind, Thaddeus Moody, if you don't think Oliver Miller can play basketball. You don't get in that NBA. You don't win national championship without playing basketball, and you're a focal point. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Yes, Oliver Miller. That's how beautiful this game is. Anybody can play it. But Jimmy, Isaiah was talking about intelligence. And in the game today, everybody's shooting threes and stuff. They asked a question about Isaiah about the evolution of the game today. And he said, could the bad boy era of the Pistons defend a 7-footer shooting threes 30 feet away from the rim? Does that change the dynamic of the defense? Because the bad boys were so strong on the interior and making guys play below the free throw line and funnel them into that daunting presence they had. Dennis Rodman, Sally, Bill Laimbeer. That defense that they played on that was so famous for their intensity. If it got stretched out and had to contest those shots 30 feet away from the rim, they asked him. They said, Isaiah, should he be able, should he be able to seamlessly pivot? Could your team seamlessly pivot and handle the different dynamics of offense? Isaiah said, let me tell you about the evolution of the game that you're talking about. He said, I played with him. His name is Bill Laimbeer. And he still may hold a record for 6 consecutive threes made in an NBA final game against the Portland Trail Blazers. And I think Isaiah still hold a record for the highest field goal percentage, somebody just said on, in that series for 3-point shots. So when you talk about evolution, let's pause on this word evolution, because that's not the correct term for what we're looking at. Could John Sally, Dennis Rodman, and Bill Laimbeer and himself go out and guard the perimeter? Isaiah said, yes, absolutely we could. He said, you may not want to believe this, but if you come into the gym and the only thing you have is a jump shot, And you think you're going to beat me and my team with a jump shot? And that's all you got in your arsenal? You got no shot in beating me. You got no shot in beating my team. This is how you talk. And I need to tell this young new generation who have never heard this man, one of the greatest basketball players ever in the School of Legacy, School of Sports and Science. Don't be letting these people fool you with these new guys. You better go back and study this guy right here, because they were quick enough to defend on the perimeter. As a matter of fact, when you talk about the guards on their way to in the way the game is played today, he said every team now has an Isaiah Thomas and a Joe Dumars, a tight point guard on their team. That's standard now. He said when he was playing, a small point guard was thought to never be able to win a championship. So he and Joe Dumars broke the mold. Joe Dumars was 6'2", 6'3", as a shooting guard. And they were playing against 6'9" Magic, and all the other guards were 6'6" and 6'7", the shooting guards. They were the smallest backcourt to ever win a championship. Hold on, let me read. Matter of fact, they were the smallest backcourt to ever win back-to-back championship and be named MVP of both series, the guards. And it's yet to be replicated today. Could they defend? Could they score? Absolutely. Could it be replicated in today's NBA game with all the switching? Y'all got to hear this. Jimmy, I got to get this to my people, man. He said, every night when I come to arena, it's Isaiah said, and I'm able to dictate who guards me on every play with all this switching they doing. Because all I got to do is go find the guy I want. I'm going at him and let my guy pick his guy. And then I get to play. He said, and I can pick a center to guard me on every play out on the perimeter. What the hell do you think gonna happen? He said what he sees in today's game, that every coach, every teams come with the same damn scheme. And the same scheme, and the guys at the YMCA, the guys at the health clubs, and the guys on video games, they all know the strategy. Everybody plays the same in the NBA. When you watch football, the Pittsburgh Steelers don't play like the Detroit Lions. The Kansas City Chiefs don't play like the Jacksonville Jaguars. They all have different language. They have different schemes. They throw different things at you. Sometimes they blitz, sometimes they zone, sometimes they man. They try to trick the quarterback before he snaps the ball. They're not giving you the same look every time. But in the NBA, you get the same look every time down the court. He said, I'm sorry, Isaiah said. You giving me the same look every time down the court, I'm going to annihilate you, my young point guards. If somebody giving you the same look every time down the court, you got to know what to do with it. He said he would encourage everybody to stop saying that the game has evolved unless somebody has grown a tail, has grown some legs, and they grew another limb. People still run, they run fast, and people jump high and just as high. It's only 5 skills you need in basketball, man. Has it changed? Is it different? These are some words you can use, but not evolve. But evolve is not the word you need to use. Boy, I'm loving this conversation. That's why I'm sharing it with y'all. I learned so much. He said you could watch every sport, and there's a variation in creativity element to it. And there are other teams that play the way their roster is constructed. When you play the NFL, the Chief, don't say they play the same way as other teams because they have Patrick Mahomes. The offensive system is catered to the skill of the players. Y'all out here shooting these threes, I'm going to end it now, but you don't have Jason Tatum. You don't have Jaylen Brown. You don't have a Pritchard on your team. So you can't copy what Boston is doing. Chicago, what's the name of the other team? Charlotte. But Tim, I'm gonna bring you in, man. I had to get that, man. I love that Isaiah Thomas, man. That's my favorite player ever ever, ever. That's why Ward number 11. I loved him. I mean, he just my main, he just my main man. But let me unmute you right quick. Yeah, what's going on, Doc?
Oh, shoot, on this Tuesday, make sure everybody share the show. I got something I'm gonna hop right on
Come
first
on
and
with it.
foremost. And that is I got I got I got to respond
Uh-oh.
from a text message that I got from my wife
Okay.
from yesterday's show.
Okay.
So first, and I'll go down the list. First of all, I think this one here is a good one.
Mhm.
And here it is. And she texts me, Herb Baker, you first in line. On yesterday's show, said I'm gonna read your comment. It says two people have made it uncomfortable for parents and programs to play in Houston because they don't want to be blackballed in their own city.
I saw that.
Herb, if you guys remember back in 2020, I gave you guys a stern warning what was about to happen. Now, almost like an economist can tell you that inflation is about to come and things were going to happen. And I remember vividly, many of you people, either you did A, got quiet, B, claimed that I was just an old guy, bitter, hating, because there's enough space for everybody. That's what you guys proclaim. And that was almost like it felt like it should have been on t-shirts. There's enough space for everybody. Everybody, you only meant two people. I said, okay, we'll see. But I'm telling y'all, it could. But I knew that the reasons that one person was doing it wasn't the same parallel reasons. So then as a result, the prices spiked upward. As a result, people started paying for services that they felt were going to be rendered, and they did not get full satisfaction from what they was paying for. So then they became bitter. Then people felt that their kids should have been ranked a little higher because they were paying for stuff across the street. You're going to CVS and you're paying or Walmart Greens. Now you come over to CVS. Now you want the same service, but they know you paid over there. So it became an army of delusional ass parents and supporters of these kids. That's what it breeded. It breeded an army of dissatisfied people from yesterday pooling their thoughts together in group texts and back rooms everywhere to try to accomplish a common goal to gain satisfaction to get this old head up out of here. This is how we can do it. And then sick and turnkey, and you let this guy around the middle of the street and keep getting his head beat in and beat in and beat in by this old guy, and y'all don't like it.
I never looked at it like that, but keep going.
Y'all
Keep
don't
going.
like it.
Keep going.
Y'all swooping down. My days were numb. This and that. So I said, I'm gonna make it. I tried my best to make this thing good, fair, even squabble, even Steven squabble. I say, eventually I say, you know what? It ain't no fun. I'm just gonna stop doing rankings. I'm gonna stop doing
But
the
that's
magazine
recently, Jimmy.
program.
That's just
I said
recent.
eventually. I said
Okay.
eventually.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop doing this. That way now y'all can really, because you couldn't see what I saw from earlier. And that is you were giving power to people that did not possess the power to do what you thought the people could do for you. You thought somehow somebody made y'all believe that was the sale. And I get it. The sale came from here. You come play for me. I'm giving an example. You come play for so-and-so summer team. I can get you ranked. Because you know that's what a lot of parents want for their babies, because it makes, like the old saying, happy wife, happy life. Well,
Can,
you
can,
know,
can I help you a little bit?
Yeah.
I heard this out of I heard this myself. I can get you 5 offers, but keep going.
Going sideways with, or I mean, going in the same breath, I can get you them offers.
Yes.
I can get you. So, but the ranking thing came first. The fake offer epidemic came after that. Because normally you got to get the kid ranked before you can get the fake offer. Hatter, you see what I'm saying?
I got
So
you.
the
I got
fake,
you.
the
Okay.
rank, the see, these were myths. And then you parents didn't realize that your kid got ranked a little higher because somebody was doing them a solid. You know damn well when you sitting there watching these ball games after a period of a big enough sample size. You guys know. Y'all know it. The kids know it. They got to go in the locker room and get teased on the bus and on the van on the way back to the hotel with their homeboys. They getting teased. That's a mental bullying. When the age of when people tease people, kids, you rank number 15. You rank number 20. Kids teasing it. Man, what number 15 had today, y'all? On the bus. Coach act like he don't hear it, but coach can't. Coach, that's all out of here. I'm gonna stay out of that. I'm gonna drive and put the music bone up. So now the people, this is what happens and what has happened. So then you got that rank. Then you go to that college coach. Coach, man, you've been recruiting my kids, man. I'm going to give you, what about that one? Coach, I got the unsigned senior, but coach like, man, I like that 9th grader though you got, man. Well, coach, I'm going to put you right in with the 9th grader, but I need you to do something for this 12th grader though. I need you to get him off. Damn, man. I mean, my boss, man, coach, he ain't gonna commit to you. Just give him an offer. That way we can, then I'm gonna put you in with this 9th grader. So a lot of these college coaches that are young in the business feel like they've been extorted by a lot of powers that be that's been in this business with grassroots because the coach is only as good as the talent that he can go and recruit. And every coach ain't got a bag. So it relies a little bit greater on the relationship if you ain't got the bag. For example, would you go and 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 take $1 from somebody you don't know and sell it for $1? Or would you go and take 75 cents from somebody that you know or your next door neighbor? Sometimes the satisfaction, money ain't the same value to everybody. Some people say, man, I'd rather give 50 cents from somebody that I know than to go take give $1 to a stranger. So the thing is, when this is what happened. So as this stuff is happening, the combination of the transfer portal became a reality. It was enacted 2-3 years ago. So now there wasn't a sample size that could prove either way whether this new way of doing these with the fake offers was going to work or not. But we had 3
So where
years
did
of
the fake offers come from, Jimmy? Where did it originate? I'm talking about what
it originated. Understand, the college coaches are not exonerated from blame from this
Okay.
stuff because
Okay.
a lot of these bosses, they know their stuff is on social media. They and understand what they would do for weeks and for months and for a couple of years. The coaches would say, "Well, man, we can't speak publicly about kids that ain't signed with our school per
That's their
per
way out. Yeah.
NCAA." So
Right.
that's what they weigh out. But in reality, what it meant is slang. What that mean was, y'all share the show right now. That's what you need to do.
Absolutely.
Share the
I'm
show.
trying to find my share
'Cause I'm,
show up thing.
I mean, share the show because I'm gonna get somewhere.
Come on, let's
Whereas
get
I'm
because
gonna
I like
explain to you
this. I
guys
like
what
this.
y'all
Thank you,
doing.
Sandra. Thank you. Keep on going. Keep on going.
So these people, when they doing this, you saying where did it come from? It came from the college coach. I said they not free from blame from this because they still were doing these offers. They didn't have to. You can go and tell your boss, but you didn't want to mess up the relationship because that guy in the fear that he's going to shut you out from getting that recruiting that one kid that you've spent years getting a relationship with this coach and you feel like he's really going to come through. So you got to go and do it. Then the next one find out it ain't hard to realize. See, here's the deal. How do you the college coach?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that compromised you and got you to give a fake offer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, it's a small world in this basketball stuff. for those who are inside the loop and those are out. Guess what? If you live outside the beltway, ain't no bad thing. But if you live outside the beltway, you know what you're gonna say? Well, hell, at least I'd rather live inside the outside the beltway than to live outside of Grand Parkway. You know what I'm saying? And, so it's different layers, different levels. So if I find you got a fake or suspected fake offer, or offer that don't normally fit the chain of command. So what I'll do is I'll look and I'll see who on that staff, and I'm gonna call if it's a coach on that staff that I know. I'm gonna ask that coach, this offer, is it good? No. That coach, because of the relationship that's a pre-existing relationship, is gonna tell me the truth. That coach that gave the fake offer, he not gonna want to speak on it. He just gonna be quiet and just turn his head, and then But that coach on that staff, every coach on every staff ain't eating at each other's dinner table every night. They just work together. They have a common bond as a team on a coaching staff. That don't mean they all get along. Now, the ones that you see that's successful, that's at the top, then you'll notice a similarity, that they got some more camaraderie among those assistants than others, and that's like the veins in the arm. But back to this thing, you guys. I want you guys to understand something when you use the term and you go and you vaguely blade out like, well, these guys, I wish they would just get together.
Yeah, that's how it started, Jimmy. Okay.
And so I want to once again, and I would invite the other guy to start his attempts to educate y'all, because it feels like I'm the only one that's ever talking on it. That should be a red flag for your asses, a red flag and a half for your asses right there. If he ain't never trying to explain to y'all his reasons for not wanting to
Jimmy, I got
get
it.
together.
I got it. Some dude named Jay. Oh, he said, Houston is divided. Let's try to unify. He came out of nowhere with this now, because this wasn't the topic. He said, I think it should start with Hicks and Sloan coming together. That's how it started. And then we went from there. All right. I just wanted to let you know. Now you can go in and do what you need to do.
So once again, I'm trying to simplify the fractions when I'm explaining this to you.
Simplify it.
First and foremost, after I got the text, I went and I watched the piece of yesterday's show till my phone started ringing. Then the phone rang and my stuff go off. I got to, Yesterday seemed like a pretty good platform to reignite this conversation, because all eggs ain't hatch on the same day. So some people probably really don't know.
They just don't
really
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
They really don't know how did you get to this point?
Here go one person right here don't know right now. He just put this up on the board. You the Hall of Fame guy, so they're looking toward you first. So he don't know. Okay?
Looking toward me for what? I need you to elaborate on that. Looking
Of the
toward
question I
me.
just asked a second of what the guy
Oh,
said. Between you and Sloan,
you're looking for
you know,
me to ignite it first?
yeah. So you need to add to that now. I'm just giving you some more context now. That's all. That's all.
Now, okay, now I get to that.
Okay.
But first, here's I gave you guys part of a rundown of things that was majority facts spliced in with a splash of opinion just a while ago. Here's how it happened. There's Man, leave that little boy alone. So here's what happened. There's this type of, I invite, which it may not be totally healthy, but I invite. If y'all want to have a town hall on this topic, and we can put it all out there in the middle of the road with Jim Hicks and Marcus Sloan in front of all y'all can answer all the questions you want. We can say get his 3 minutes or 2 minutes, and get a 1 minute. I get my 1 minute, and blah blah blah. I have reasons, and he may have reasons, but bottom line, this is how it went. And first of all, if I get into this, and I wanted to make sure there's far too many of y'all that y'all done went too far down the rabbit hole, which in your comments, in your group texts, in your huddles with your buddies, y'all done went too far down the rabbit hole, and you feel like you can't turn back. You done double down, triple down, and you realizing that you was wrong. You wrong.
Jamie,
Because if
but
you was
but
that
for
far right,
Jamie, but for you to know about these group texts, it's some people that who texting you and let
that's
you
why
know
you
about the
that's
group. They in it. So why they in the damn group chat?
be moles. There's moles everywhere in life.
It's a dangerous game, but keep going.
I tell them to stay. I tell them to stay in them. Don't get out. No, stay there. There's moles everywhere. And if that Negro is too ignorant to know that you might be a mole, because I know you. I know I know about some of y'all.
Come on, man. Keep on. I love this.
So that means then for you to keep talking sideways or with innuendos, that means you must want the mole to come back and tell me. Sometimes people say something out because you wanted to get back.
Good
I
point.
used to tell them, we used to say when we was younger, back in the old days, we had a slang for that. Know what it was?
What?
Now go run and tell that. That's what you used to tell people back in the day. So the thing is, if it wasn't so many of those guys that were doing that, there's not that big of a problem with me and a Marcus Sloan. Hell,
Somebody said that yesterday on the air.
I got evidence. My evidence is, and I keep receipts. You guys must have, but it's somehow when people get purposely ignore facts. I have facts. I can just give you one.
Give me one.
TJ Ford. Did I not tell you that I'm willing to do a deal, an event with you and Marcus Sloan? Did I not tell you that? And everybody get quiet.
You
So
call
TJ
and
Ford,
put me in it. Oh, man. You call and put me in the middle of that one.
No, it wasn't no middle of it. It was just I'm just letting you know that it went
You
down.
let me know what
And
happened.
just when I tell you, I
Yeah.
bet you that he won't do it.
I like that. You did that.
I had one stipulation.
Uh-huh.
And if y'all want to get in the middle of town hall, I'll show you facts and give you what the stipulation was. Everybody got a stipulation.
Yeah.
My stipulation, and it was grounded on good merit.
You
I
supposed to
had
be
a
able to.
good reason for my stipulation. It was only one stipulation.
Uh-huh.
It was a simple one. And let's do it.
I remember that.
You see? So guys like TJ
Hold up,
Ford.
Dad. Let me help people because I know you're going to keep going. It didn't get done because they just didn't even call you back on it. But keep going. Okay. I remember that now, but keep going.
So guys like TJ Ford can be part of that blame because TJ Ford had intel and had facts to prove you could have went out and said public to your people in your small sphere and say, man, I talked to Jimmy. I thought it was gonna be. I just really was shooting the bluff. Didn't think he was gonna say no. He said yeah, but then the other guy said no. This was a year. This was over a year ago. This was in 2023.
Remember.
That ain't the first time. That ain't the first. He ain't the last person. There was other person that come up, and I said Okay, done deal. Go tell him let's do something then. So I want to prove to you guys that that ain't it. Because if that was it, we did an event together already before. And you know what happened? The people that were pro Jim Hicks, their anti Marcus Sloan was greater to the fact that they didn't want to come and show up to support. And the people that were anti Jim Hicks, it was greater than their pro Marcus Sloan. Your hate, in other words, your hate for me was greater than your love for him. So that way, when we did an event together, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna sit this one out. And we had the greatest player in high school basketball to come into this city in a brand new facility, which none of y'all had never been inside of before. There had never been an event in that building, but one event before then. That was Delmar Fieldhouse. You guys know I pride myself of being the first to occupy certain new structures and new scholastic facilities in this event, in this city. I pride myself on that. That's what I like. I just like, some people just, I walk, I feel good when I wear new shoes. From KDISD, now I wasn't the first in the Campbell Center. Hal Passner get credit for that. For a non-scholastic event, get credit. A scholastic event, you get credit for that. There ain't gonna never be nothing to duplicate that. Those times, that's Isaiah Thomas in this comparison. Ain't gonna be, that's a different whole breed of basketball back then. But as I say, if so many of you guys would just swallow and cut the losses short, cut the anger and the hatred short, to that, here's what happens, Howard. When the guys be in those messages and they make those statements, and they be in those huddles, or they talking to those parents over and over, oh, he ain't. Well, that means if they see you on the Chop Shop right now making quotes and saying, man, go ahead, man, then it's gonna make you look weak and soft to your people that you already spoke hard to. Mm-hmm. So you can't look soft in front of them. Mm-hmm. You see? And I understand the situations that a lot of you people are in right now. So you stuck. So you rather for everything. This man, I wish he would go, and I wish he would go away. That way now you can exist. You trapped now. It ain't no good feeling being that trapped where you can't even be yourself no more. You got to go in the gym now. You try to come by. You got to get a fake daps, fake smiles. You know what? If you attempt to imitate fakeness long enough, you know what the reality that is, Adam? You probably gonna become fake. If you attempt long enough, people gonna see fakeness in you. You're gonna become fake to a lot of people. It ain't gotta be that. See, the thing that gets me, and I'll get back to that point before we get ready to land this thing. There was a time, guys, for many of you guys that didn't know, that I had only a certain amount of events throughout the year. I had maybe 4 or 5 events. That's it. They were structured out, separated strategically throughout different portions of the year.
And each event had a purpose too.
Each event had a purpose.
Okay.
The first one that I did, it was in good faith, and that was the Spring Icebreaker. The Spring Icebreaker, it occupied a space nobody even played on that weekend back in the days. They used that for practice. That weekend wasn't designed for grassroots basketball. In case you guys didn't know, the Spring Icebreaker, I got the receipts. It was designed for unsigned seniors and for high school teams to play and get a look at their teams for next year. That's what Spring Icebreaker started as. Then a couple of teams wanted to spar. So what happened is I had these events. Spring Icebreaker, then Rucker on Wood, then the George McClellan Invitational came, then the season opener, Then later on, the Hoops Giving Classic, and those were the 5 or so signature events. So so now if I got these events, then all of a sudden out the blue sky, another person come and occupy and do another event on my very same day. Then that means you are really trying to put me out of business. Because if all my teams say they're going to go to you, then I'm done. But it didn't happen like that. That's what's the thought. And then more of you people in those rooms, back then you might have felt differently. Go get him. Get him. We need some young blood. You my dude. You know, we're going to knock him out. And then one of the things that prevented that was the inability to consistently operate in good faith. You got to have good faith and you got to have good money
You got to have good
if you're going to
events.
excel. That's what I meant. I use the word good faith. Operate with good faith. That means if your event's not operating smoothly for repetitiously, then that means something ain't in good faith. If so many people claiming they ain't got paid, then that means claiming that they ain't got paid and they ain't in good faith. If you writing and some people claiming to have received bad checks or bounced checks, that ain't in good faith. So what that did was it angered me because not only are you coming into the business and you're going directly against me, but you're not doing it right. It's almost like people on the street back when they used to put oral gel in the dope. A lot of people that had the real stuff was mad. Then finally they started realizing they had to open up the curtain and say, man, you realize this is what you can make off one of them scorpions. If you got that Oragel with it or that B12, this is what you can make. So then guys started to loosen up. That's back in those old days, from what I heard. So, but understand, those events and those people, they bundle us on this grassroots side of the fence. We're bundled together.
You
So
have
they'll
to,
say,
Jimmy. We have to
don't
bundle.
trust those guys. Them
Yeah.
guys gonna do bad. They gotta see. I told you shouldn't let them guys. They'll call them back then them AAU guys.
Jimmy. They used to tell all them agents, them agents this. Y'all people group all agents the same. That's life, Jimmy. But keep on going. I'm just letting you know. Welcome to the club. But keep going. They
So
all,
so
all
it's
lawyers ain't
fueling
no good.
me
Uh-huh.
because what it does, it drives up the prices, the expenses.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got security. More people now understand fighting is everywhere. I'm not blaming this on
Yeah.
this. I'm just giving an
Yeah.
example. If
Okay.
you ain't got security, then then you are hindered from the prevention or stopping a fight or a brawl if it goes down.
Okay.
So that means now we got to pay more
Gotcha.
because we
Because
got
you
to get
see
their
what's
police
going
out.
on. You saying, look, I'm gonna go ahead of the curve. I'm finna make sure my events are safer because I don't want these things happening.
Now I
Because
got to
people over here giving these events that are not of excellence. I'll put it like
yeah
that. And
yeah.
all I need is they just need to bring the events up. But Jimmy, what's unique though? These same people have done events with you. Did they learn anything? Y'all didn't do but one event together, but
Mm.
evidently they didn't learn. I didn't want to learn and just said, forget it. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna be like Frankie the Nacho. I'm gonna do it my way. And
Yeah.
that's got to be a little frustrating too. But keep on going.
No, that's very frustrating
Yeah.
because I tell you guys, and I've said all the time, if you've ever met somebody you deem as an OG
Mm-hmm.
in whatever field they may be in, I'm watching Charlie Ward at the Heisman on the thing the other day. He's an OG to some of these young people.
Absolutely.
For Cameron Ward to walk up to Charlie Ward and just ask him a quarterback question, it could fill Charlie Ward with newfound life because it's another way of letting them know that you're valuable.
Absolutely.
So when you're in the room and you got a chance to ask an OG questions that can educate you, not questions about their personal business, but if it's something that can educate you, then what you do, you embrace that
And Jimmy,
opportunity.
I want to help you out. I like you. I like you pick that out. I know this a little bit more intimately that the guys who do come back, they want to come back. The reason if you see the Billy Sims and them guys, because
Yeah.
he's not as relevant anymore, the Mike Rozier's, they
Mm.
want you to come back and they
They
want to
want
hear
you.
that feeling that people talk about that.
Yes.
Great. That's a great idea. See,
If that running back from Boise State would have, if he just ain't saying he
he did.
didn't,
He
but
did. He just didn't cap it
let's
on
say he
camera.
walks up to one of those
He
guys, and
did.
let's say why, because young guys, it's easier now. You can
Mhm.
go you can go to the restroom and go Google,
Barry Sanders.
Billy
Oh,
Sims or
yeah.
Barrett Sanders or somebody, and you come back out the door and say, "Man, I heard about you. What about that game and so and so? How did you do that?
Yeah.
You scored. You ran 236 yards." That OG gonna look at you like, "Damn, you been studying me."
Absolutely.
He's your biggest fan now.
Absolutely.
He wants you to succeed because you're going to ask him a question what that's going to help you with your craft. Whenever you succeed, the OG is going to feel like he's succeeding because he feel like he going to look, oh, that's my move I gave him right there. Boy. Now, that's what we don't see
Yeah,
of
but I
some of these
mean,
guys.
we can't see it, but like people don't see it this with you and Sloan. And one thing I loved about I'm so glad that guy put that comment up there, Jimmy, because I said, how the hell y'all gonna blame all this on them two? But keep on going. How the hell?
And
It's some other.
so,
It's some other. It's a. Guess what, Jimmy? And like I told the guy, you made sense, guy. You did. You're on the right track, but you ain't on the wrong. You're on the wrong train. I
yes, and
said,
I told it to people. It's more than I just named.
yeah.
I didn't. TJ
No,
Forbes the only
no, no,
name
no,
that
no,
I
no,
said
no,
because I
no.
was
You
giving an
good? No,
example.
no. I'm
But it's
talking about
more.
the guy.
Way.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy. I was talking to the guy.
It's way more names of
Yes.
people
Yeah.
that could have implemented preventive maintenance.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
some guys, man, you won't talk to him. I say, well, first go do this, do this. I talk with him, but he got to do this or do this. My thing was this, and I'm telling you guys, I occupied these 5 dates and I did my events.
Yeah.
Somebody else came, this guy came and put events on each one of my dates.
Yeah.
Right? Going head to head. Now follow me on this.
Yeah. In a market
And
that's already not that wide, but keep going.
you ain't going against nobody else pretty
Yes.
much but me. So that's non-verbally saying what you're trying to do right then.
Good point.
So then your efforts, the results aren't yielding the takeover that you wished to obtain. So then guess what? Now ain't no wrong with that. You squabble, you swung, but you couldn't knock me out.
No.
So now, okay, now guess what? It's a good squabble. I just told you, ain't no wrong with that. It ain't the end of the world. Now you sit down and say, man, you know what, OG, I'm tired of squabbling, and let's we can do something like this here.
He never
Okay,
came back and said that to you.
never.
Okay. Okay. See,
You
now
see,
I hope y'all, and nothing against him,
never.
I know he's watching because somebody done texted.
Now,
He-
now
but
there
that
was
could have happened.
one text
That could have happened.
that understand,
Mhm.
and there was one text message that I received, and it might have been last year, because it might have been last year, and I said, it was something I was preparing for. Say this is not the good time now. Give me a month. Get back. Let's wrap. But after this event, whatever this is over with, let's wrap. So I didn't hear no more from them. But understand something. If somebody's occupying your weekends,
Mhm.
or the weekends that ain't your weekend, a weekend that your events were on, and after it goes for a couple of years, 3, 4, 5 years on these same different ones that come at different times,
Yeah.
then people are saying we need to get along. So
Yeah.
what does your get along consist of?
Yeah.
What are you saying? I was living just doing my bit, minding my business. I did not put a single event on any weekend that he had occupied.
Until
No. knowingly until
The
what the
JRB
girls
event.
event. No, but that was different. That's Rick. That was a collaboration with Rick
Yeah, it was a
Nelson, and we did.
collaboration,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
was part of
yeah,
that.
yeah. And Rick Nelson. I'm talking about. I was talking about the initial five,
No,
and
I'm
then
talking
going
about
from
the
there.
initial
The
JRB.
The
I'm talking about
JRB the
the initial.
JRB events came. Remember, at first it was Brian Jolivet,
Yeah, that's the one I'm
and
talking
Brian
about. That
Jolivet
initial
is
thing was
not
to go.
without
Yeah, got to keep it real now.
blame as well.
Yeah,
Brian Jolivet not without blame as well. Not without blame. He knows that.
yeah.
He knows that.
Hmm.
And then with Rick Nelson, myself and Rick Nelson, after the 1 year with Jolivet. And so then it was, we had already that those doing those events, the JRB was not my idea or my implementation of the events on certain
I
dates.
know it wasn't.
Brian Jolivet
Yeah,
and Rick Nelson, they just told me to put my name on this ride with a six. I'm gonna be think about why in the hell would I put in a live event going on when I know I'm gonna be at the EYBL, or I'm gonna be on the
yeah,
road
yeah, yeah,
watching
yeah,
these kids different.
yeah,
So they say you ain't gotta even be here. You don't even
yeah.
have to be here. Your
You got
name on it, the people gonna want to come. So now as I think back on this stuff, people used me and my name, my likeness, to influence teams, parents, kids to partake in for their financial gain. And one of the things that I came through this space with, and I said it over and over and over, and I thought I've proved it enough times. I don't even have to prove it no more. People know it. If I decide to go and do a money and do another event, my next event, and I want to make a bag, well, damn it, I deserve the right to want to make a bag for all of the events that I done gave back to this community and gave a minute concessions here and there to different people and teams and did this and did that other people won't never do. Then so be it. But
But
this
my
stuff
thing
right
is,
here,
Jimmy, I'm listening to you, and I know it's always three sides to every story. And I haven't talked to him, but you know, I just never talk. My thing is, Jimmy, I'm a big guy on why. What was it? And maybe the people, because I know when people egg you on, Jimmy, if your mind ain't strong enough, people can egg you on. And I'm just wonder why it's taking this long. And I know you saying, damn, why man, I didn't start no event. What you saying? I didn't put no event on nobody else's event. I didn't.
yes,
You don't felt you started this, and
I did not.
and
Not the part where they talking
yeah, yeah,
about this
yeah,
this battle between them. I
yeah,
didn't start this.
and I know for a fact you didn't go on Twitter first. He went on Twitter first. I saw that stuff
Fact,
myself, and I couldn't
fact.
understand it. And Jimmy, and another thing I couldn't understand, what I really would like to talk to him about, how did I get into it? Oh,
Well, you was
Jimmy,
part of that. What he called what he labeled this that little old something show.
yeah, the little old internet show, yeah,
That little old, and
yeah.
we were on the
But how
radio at
you
the
get
time.
mad at me though? I ain't do nothing. So when I saw, I
But it
just
makes
want to know
it.
what's your mindset to, and people gonna put you in it because always remember now, to whom much is given, much is required. If people always saying you to this, a grassroots basketball community, right? This is what people say. Chad, people around the country, that's what they say. Jimmy is, and when I said, look, Jimmy is the basketball guru, high school basketball guru. Hey, let me tell you something. I will, what I said, I will succumb to him when he talking about high school basketball. That's why I could never understand what you trying to tell me about the NFL and the NBA. I said, because you done read it. That's what me and your biggest disagreement was. Because I've lived this stuff for 30 some years, just like you've lived this. So I know, but if something happens in this community, I said this basketball community is terrible. Jimmy, it's a guy came on the show last week and you wasn't, yeah, you hadn't got on here yet. Yeah, you got on and said that he was going to charge a certain price. But Robert had to get the phone call because a guy done pulled up with 5 people in his family, and it said on the Chop Shop that he's going to charge $10, and they charged this man $20 to get in this event. You bring me in. Because several people called and told me that because they heard it on this platform, this little internet show that reached people all over the damn world, that then saved people's lives, that people listen to, Jimmy, before they go into chemotherapy because it's the best 120 minutes of their day. But if you don't know, Jimmy, the purpose of a thing, he didn't know the purpose of this platform. If you don't know the purpose of things, you'll be prone to abuse it. But I just didn't understand what's your why. Why are you so mad that you're gonna put stuff on this and you constantly put on? I just never got that answer. But some of the people that some of the stuff you'd explain to me today, explain to me a little bit more why he was so headstrong. Because you got this person, you got this person. Man, we can do it. I do it with me. You can do it with me. You can do it with me. A lot of that going on. And they group texting it, and people in the group is sending it on y'all dumb ass. But keep on going, Jim. Keep on going.
And that's what it and now some of those guys, they feel like, well, man, it could be a great game going on, and they feel like now they can't go and watch some basketball.
So Jimmy, what should the people? I'm gonna talk to you today. Thank you, Sandra, for your but Herb, it ain't just Herb. I know she had more than Herb to talk about yesterday. We'll get to that the next day because Herb just said you're singling him out. No, she just wanted to start. That was a great place to start. No, that was a great place to start. But he said it early in the show.
Yeah.
But Jimmy, Jimmy, let's have a state of Houston grassroots basketball. You, like somebody so eloquently put it, you are the leader. That's why people look to you. When we talk about grassroots basketball in Houston, the guys around the country say, cheat. What you and cheat? You and cheat on the show. Man, you and cheat, you're crazy. Y'all all around the country. Ladies, we might be, he might be locally accepted, but he's known around, right? So when they called me, when you made your tweet the other day, several coaches said, what's going on in Houston? When you talked about somebody in the group text and all that, all of that. And I said, man, I don't know. You caught me off guard. I had to go and look at the tweet myself. But how could we forget talking about you and him get together. How could we make this place better? That everybody, have you had a plan where you think the video guys can get the other guys because Jimmy, the only reason I'm on this show talking, I promise y'all, if I didn't have a son that went through this, if I didn't have a basketball team that I sponsored for 3 years, I probably wouldn't be talking about this. But I've been through where you parents have been through. Without no gap, we just didn't have social media back then. But you were there back then. You're here now. You done lived through the social media. What could the parents look forward to? What do the parents have? These ninth graders finna 8th graders finna come into the 9th grade in the next couple of years. What do they have to look for? That just say, what could it be a better grassroots program in Houston? Dallas, I'll talk to y'all later. I had to get my own house straight first before I can go help everybody else. So what would you say to these parents?
You asked, could it be a better grassroots program?
Could it be is that the word? A better grassroots overview, a better grassroots system, a better coach. They saying the whole system, grassroots basketball, is freaking terrible. That's what they're telling me.
Well, one way that it could be is if they, first of all, you identify the players, the video guys, the ones that are visible in the youth basketball. Yeah. Identify the scouts that are visible in youth basketball. Then you would need to uh, form a unified front with a code of ethics that each must abide by and agree to on this unified front. And this unified front can save the others time and money because, and it happens, not to saying it don't happen, it happens already and people don't even realize it. For example, I know personally that Archie Young and Jeffrey Day have collaborated to and exchanged film on from games of players that one was not able to go on and get. So they've done that before. But at the same
That's
time, if
not
that was a
enough, Jimmy.
unified,
It's a big ass
that's
city.
not
That's
enough.
not enough. Yeah.
I just gave an example of two that I know that for an example, and I meant
How would
by
that help if they
unifying the
exchange film? How would that help?
because that means one of those people might be a client of one and 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 one of them is making a mixtape and he only got two sample sizes of games. He can go get a third game and patch that in with that some of that footage in and make it and get a minute worth of clip or 30-second worth of clip. That can save him time. That's a whole day of going out or a whole
But
day
do they
meeting.
have professional courtesy? I know you probably would know that to be able to, because you got to have professional courtesy to be able to do that. Professional
Yeah, I
courtesy is
mean,
what
I
I
was.
mean. Look here, man. Everything is not transactional. Well, I do this for you if you give me this. If I do this, I see a lot of transactional things happening in this community instead of being transformative. That if we do this, all of us will get bigger, and the rising tide would raise all the boats. But these
But
guys
yeah,
so crummy, everybody's crumbing and crumbing and crumbing. That was somebody told me. That's the word they use for this grassroots. He said, man, these dudes are crumbing, Hatter.
and so in that example, I know for sure. If it wasn't working, they would not be still doing it.
Well, I ain't
That's
talking about
A.
them two.
So,
I'm talking. See, you got to
yeah.
realize I'm speaking
No,
into the
I'm
whole.
just giving
You
an
just
example.
using two
Well,
examples.
I'm
I'm
using them as an
yeah,
example because
yeah,
I know that's the video thing. A lot
yeah.
of guys taping the same damn game. That's what I'm saying. You have everybody taping the same games.
Oh
So
yeah.
there'll
I
be a
mean,
game going on next
Jimmy,
court.
I don't
So
believe in
and I
that no
get
way.
it.
So me, you
I'm
ain't.
just saying. So that means
Yeah.
now you can go get the other game or the first half, and I can get your second half if I need it from your camera.
But Jimmy, is there a use for getting games for people who ain't gonna never play in college?
But that's the whole thing on the parents. You asked about how can these parents when they go into the ninth grade, how can they be more prepared and be better for this landscape as they approach into it. Well, first of all, many of them, there's different people that's going to prey on your babies
Okay.
and make you believe that they are much better than they are. And
Okay.
whoever's been dealing with them right now, whatever way you've been doing it before, ain't the right way, right? They don't know what they're doing. I got this connection. That connection ain't good enough,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
It's like you just mentioned a while ago. You had to get the guy came right on the Chop Shop last week and said we asked him how much are you gonna charge. He said $10. Went and charged $20, right? And right before then, he had a sermon about other people not doing it the right way. He know how to solve this thing. His way gonna be the right way. You come right out here 72 hours later and give an event, and it wasn't even at the location that you was advertising the location as. You got to come and hold yourself accountable on that. You got to step in front of. That's what I'm saying about the people. And then when we bring it up, Adam, you know what happens? Oh man, F them, man. They talking about me, man. Talking about you. Yeah. Well, we talking about accountability. And I invite all you guys to try to hold me accountable. But then when you do, I'm gonna let you have your thing. I'm gonna have a rebuttal. That's part of the process. And my
Absolutely.
rebuttal my rebuttal may knock down some of the wall that you, right? And then I'm good at the end, but then you don't like it. That's the thing, because so many of you guys, you think you got all the doggone answers. You don't ask questions. You don't seek help. You got facilities you thought you have. You don't have them. Hell, you remember during the COVID, I remember this. Rick Nelson created a business. He was exterminating the facilities. And that was the only way that people can get their events authorized, Hatter.
I know.
Rick Nelson had to do walking through with a damn Ghostbuster belt thing on his back, spraying like he was in the movie Ghostbusters.
I remember.
And
I
people,
didn't go.
We don't know what the hell was in that can. We don't know what the hell was in that can. It could have been some Fabuloso in that damn can. We don't know what was in that thing. But guess what? We trusted the process. And Rick.
But Jimmy, that was a loaded question. We got to come back, because we got to talk about this. We got to figure out, because what the information I've been getting from parents is, what we can do. Who can? I said, first of all, you need to share this show. Like I told a guy the other day. But a lot of parents don't know. I say, yeah, because they're not watching this damn show. Jimmy, we got 7 years, maybe 8 years wait for this stuff on wax. That's easily accessible. But you got some people saying, don't watch that internet show that people in Japan and people in Germany watching right now. But don't watch it. That producers and all kind of people, book writers is watching this, trying to figure out how I can write a new book. Y'all just don't understand. Jimmy, I'll never forget, I love this part about what he said. A prophet is without honor in his own hometown. A prophet. People, Jimmy, Jesus wasn't, y'all back then, y'all grew up here. Jesus, they looked at Jesus. Oh man, that Mary and Joseph, that's the carpenter's son. They didn't know. Yeah. That's how they treated. Oh, no, man, that's so.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah, but no, in his home, they love him in Atlanta.
No, I'm just talking about, but a lot of people had distrust.
You're right. He had the lowest approval rating in the country. But when he died, everybody loved him. They didn't like. It's a woman came up and stabbed him.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Malcolm X, the same. The same. But dude, people just don't, they don't appreciate this stuff, man, enough to me, this platform. When the producer texted me one day, he said, y'all should have 1 million people following y'all. The content y'all give is way better than this other stuff these people. But he said, I know people like foolishness. He said, I understand that. People don't like nothing to change. Y'all, the talks that we finna have over these next few weeks about this, y'all might can't see it now. And what I told him, Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, this what I did. I said, and I gave it to him, analogy. I said, man, the Chop Shop is like a oak tree. When you plant an oak tree, it takes a long, long time to grow. You might be 10 years down the road, and then you understand the value, because it's giving you shade, it's giving you your fruit, it's giving you whatever. And that's what I explained to him. I ain't trying to click bait you. The information that I have in this brain right now, I can get some people to come on here and talk crazy about people, and y'all would love it. This different platform. Jimmy, we was there before all of these guys. Jimmy, we had this platform. It wasn't no Chop, the shop. So, but what people don't understand is the value that people can talk about you and talk to you about your community, and the community have a say so. We ain't never told y'all not to come on here and comment. Some of y'all get mad when I check your comments. So if you all of y'all gotta do, if you put it on this screen, can't you have enough respect for us we can talk about it? You follow me? Jimmy, that's what people don't understand. But we got so much work to do, because there's some people out here hurting, man. You know, if when a parent don't understand that this show done talked about her son more than anybody down there in the world. And she would come and
Wow.
say, "Man, Houston ain't giving me no love. You ain't get." I say, "He ain't doing shit. Excuse me, nothing right now. What is there to talk about? I don't talk about him when he ain't doing nothing. Cause I'm gonna look like a fool."
Because they think that's what I'm saying. A lot of these parents, first of all, y'all gotta understand, going into this stuff, there's gonna be a lot of kids that's your son's grade or your daughter or your son's grade. Is we talking about the men boys basketball on this point. I am right now. That somebody will have extended a favor in order to get them a little bit of exposure, traction. It's somebody's favor. Some of y'all babies don't need to build a house on that type of foundation.
Okay.
Some of y'all don't.
Okay.
So I think that in a perfect world, Adam,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they got like a combine. If all of the writers and the scouts could be in the same building when certain kids are showing or showcasing their talents, right? Whether it be a camp or whatnot, that should be like a midterm or a final exam. That means those evaluations coming out of that camp should be parallel. It shouldn't be the guy that hit two jumpers and he was cooking at this camp. That means we got to hold a person accountable that's doing this evaluating. That way it makes it obvious. Hey man, that dude hit two shots the whole damn day. Why you say he was cooking? You see, I'm just saying that means the integrity of this. It's okay now to start telling these parents and these kids you are not Division 1 right now.
And Jimmy, they gonna get
That's
mad
the
at you, but you
golden
got to
rule.
be like me, Jimmy.
It's
Jimmy.
okay now because you can blame it on the trade on the transfer portal. You got a sample size now of guys that are way better, that are doing way less. You got think about it. 1 year ago, half a year ago, we got people that study going. That's a whole other topic, but going moving away, going to these different prep schools, and I keep telling y'all, we can go all day. Y'all want to bring the receipts because I got a whole lot of names that they left out of Houston. Now the Dallas, that's different. But guess what? There's a lot of guys left out of Dallas and still left out of Dallas before and since their brief spike upward that has not had a successful transition. We got a kid that just 6 months ago, people were saying McDonald's All America. He gonna move away to go to this school. He goes to this school. The box score, the last game they played 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He doesn't even start. He's not the first. We got a kid. Understand? It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. But at the same time, but that was the sale a year ago. So people saw that. Meaning that I just gave an example about the combine. The closest thing that we get to that in the bigger scale is the top 100 camp. Because that means pretty much everybody pretty much 90% of the scouting services, maybe 75% easy or present at the same time. So it's kind of hard, but they have a big sample size. That's why they play so many games out of. So if a guy say so and so was
But Jimmy,
cooking,
them the
he
top of
might
the level
oh,
guys. Them the top level guys.
yes, that's the top of
That's
level.
top level
But
guys.
if something like that was held on a smaller scale,
I
on a
got you.
smaller scale,
I got
that
you.
means in all of those scouts of that local area or the region or the state, whoever encompasses that, if they agreed to be there, then that
I want to be a part of that.
would
That's one
enable,
thing.
and then all the scouts got to do, guess what? All your scouts got to do is agree to entertain the thought. And then guess what? Y'all can go and pay the expenses, and you can keep the net for your and divvy it up amongst yourselves.
Jimmy.
I know many of them had us. My last thing I want to add, so let's get it close.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to run it for y'all.
No.
But I do know enough for y'all. So I know one thing. I know one thing. And I'm pretty certain about that. I probably type faster than most of y'all. Right? I probably can spell better than most of y'all. So I can do the administrative stuff and I do the typing. I put the stuff together on the back end. And y'all can run the thing. Because you don't feel like doing no typing. You don't feel like sending no damn spreadsheets and putting all this stuff together and sending it all out to get printed and do all this stuff right there. I probably can get you a better deal on your referees than you can. I probably can get a better deal on the medical trainer that's going to be there than you can. I guarantee you I can get a better deal than that than any of you guys out there. So you can utilize me in a space that I want to be in. That is, I want to be typing and typing, not necessarily all day, but for the help, something that can help the community.
I like that. I got a question. I got a question. Somebody said, I disagree. If you can find, and then we're gonna end on this one.
Yeah.
He said, if you can find the programs outside of your area that would do more teaching and development, you got to take a look at it. Because I'm not seeing a lot of development or just better athletes.
If you can what?
Did you hear me?
If you can what?
They said, if you can find a program, because you're talking about people leaving, the kid going out of town and playing 5 minutes. Is he getting developed in those maybe Jimmy, he playing 5 minutes, but if he's getting developed to make him a better player, then Jimmy, he winning.
Okay, but that ain't the reason that you went there.
Okay.
That's
So
not moving the
I don't know the
goalpost on
reason,
this.
but he said if
that ain't the reason. So you let me know next time you're gonna see a kid go and move one of them prep schools and say, man, I want to go there. I want to go there, and I come off the bench. I just want to go and get to work against this other guy who I
no,
thought
they
I
ain't
was
saying
better
that. They ain't
than
saying
anyway.
that. They ain't saying that. They ain't saying that. You're right. I agree with
Exactly.
you. But let me read the whole thing for you now.
That.
He said, if you can find a program outside of your area that would do more teaching and development, you got to take a look at it. And you ain't telling them not to take a look at it, because I'm not seeing a lot of development, just better athletes here in Houston. That was the note said.
So what would count as, how would you know that the development came from there, or it didn't come when he come back home and work out with his trainer back in his city? How would you know it didn't come from when you get to college next year?
It's Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. So
Jimmy,
exactly.
I think, me personally, I think if the kid in Houston, and that's just me, I don't think a kid in Houston really, everything that you ever wanted, you can get it right here. Now, if you want to go and take a look at it, because I've seen the sample size, I've seen I'm like analytics, I've seen the numbers. Because I'm a guy, have seen this stuff. I've been around this stuff kind of a long damn time. And when you leaving, trying to go somewhere to get better, that means you're going trying to go somewhere so you can go to the league. Because if everybody who ain't that's what Jimmy to me of them. So now you in my wheelhouse. So I'm telling you, you don't have to leave this city to you got everything you want in the city. But if you surround yourself with the wrong situation and the wrong team around you, y'all see that what I don't understand of the NBA players, and I tell them all the time, the NFL and NBA players, do me a favor. Go watch how Bob Kraft moves. Go watch how Timothy Fertitta moves. Go watch how them guys move. They have uniquely qualified people around them that has did this stuff. Not just because you played in something, and just because you played don't mean you know all the business of it. You was a player. You wasn't a business. You wasn't a GM. You wasn't like Nico. So everybody don't have all the answers, but you surround. No reason in Houston, Texas, with all of this know-how that's on this damn show right here, that's on this screen right now, that you have to go. Listen, I ain't gonna let nobody blackball your kid no more. I ain't never got in that space. If you think your kid being blackballed, you call me. I'm gonna find a coach that'll like him. But his ass got to be good enough. Don't think it blackballing and his ass can't play is two different things. I never did this and I never did this. But you in a place right now that and it's so happening, it just happened organically. So somebody told me to bring up this, Jimmy. Said, Robert, Hatter, you mentioned that you stated, well, college recruiter. No, I didn't say a college recruiter. I said a Division I freaking college coach. A Power 5 college coach, not a recruiter, Glenn Bishop. Let me get you straight. Listen, I told you don't listen well. He said, how do you stated that a college recruiter that you had lunch with, he wasn't a college recruiter. He was the head Negro in charge. And for 550, three of these guys, he was one of them. But at Power 5 it ain't, but it's lesser. So let's get your facts straight about this little internet show. He one of the top coaches in the country, one of the most respected men in the country. He stated that he said there's too much noise in Houston. And he said, and all I'm asking, be forthcoming. What was the noise stopping? I don't know. I'm not telling you everything. He just said, and then I can tell you this, and you got to be smart enough. I told you don't listen that good, Glenn Bishop. It's been 4 years and you still ain't listening. What I said was, I looked around and wasn't nobody at the dinner table but me and him. And I'm sitting there saying, damn. Shouldn't you have some people from the grassroots basketball community sitting here? He said, no. I'm good. There's too much stuff happening in Houston. I can't get a clear gauge. I got to go through 5, 6, 7 damn people to find out something. I don't have that problem in Dallas. It's just one coach now. I don't have that problem in another city he mentioned. He said, they get me straight to the guy. I don't have time to sit up and play and go eat dinner and go play around with this stuff. Time of his essence. I need to know who the champion in the room is. I can't get that in Houston right now. That's what he said, Glenn Bishop. He was a Division I college coach. That if you see him, you'll probably be bowing down to him. That's the reach that we have on this platform. To be able to one day, Jimmy, on this show, the show was going on, and I got a text from Penny Hardaway saying, Hatter, what do you know about Jared Harris? Can he play for me? Can he help me win basketball games? I haven't seen him play, but Rick Stansberry is recruiting him. What do you think? Text him some words back. Before the show was over, Jared Harris was offered. The power of this platform. Before, all I had to do is do like some of y'all. If I said, Penny, he can't play for you, he done. I even use examples of players who Jared comped to that Penny loved. Because what? I think the word, I don't know Jared Harris from a can of paint, but I watched him compete for a whole lot of years. And a lot of the events that I saw that he came to play in because this guy owned the show. So all of us have a role we have to play. I didn't know I was going to ever be in that role. I wasn't trying to be in that role. But people know that I'm going to get you to the champion in the room. You know why they going to know that? Because for 30-some years of my life, I had to go find out who in the room that was going to get this kid to sign with me. I'm a black agent that all our black kids go to white agents. and I have to come into a parent and a dad's house that don't know me, and don't nobody know me. They just look at me, nice suit on. And I got to find who is the champion in the room. So these guys know this about me, and they know I'm not going to play and steer them around. Glenn Bishop. So when you put some, and words are important. I didn't say nothing about no damn college recruit. And maybe you were working that day. Maybe you didn't hear. Division I head coach said that. So, but Jimmy, life has changed. Summer basketball, things has changed. It's different dynamics that's happening inside of summer basketball right now. I just don't want, my thing is, I get tired of hearing the people telling me why this dude talking so negative about this kid. And they get on the phone and talk to me negative about a kid. And then I call him out, John Urich. And he said, I ain't saying nothing negative about it. Shit, just 20 minutes you've been talking about it. And maybe it's just they just don't understand. They talking negative. They just do it so much. I don't know what it is. But Jimmy, I had to get that out because when I see people putting this stuff on the screen, tell me, how you stated that a college recruiter had lunch with. No, I had dinner. Listen to the show. Y'all problem is y'all don't listen. But keep on going, Jimmy.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We close this thing out. You guys, um, you get the point. And
Hope they do.
in summary, of course, today it's an ongoing conversation. That the thing is, uh, if you guys want to solve it, then you have to be proactive because you guys. This thing reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. It reminds me of the Wiz. Damn, the Wizard of Oz. I didn't get this
I like
concept
that. I like
until the Wiz. When I saw how scary Richard Pryor ass was when they finally did all that trouble to get to the Wiz and his scary ass. That's what's happening. This stuff is like the Wiz. And some of you guys may be the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, or the Lion, and you possess more power than you are willing to give yourselves credit for. All you have to do is do a little bit more homework, dig a little bit deeper, and understand something. If you came into this game tricking, you're going to have to keep tricking. That's when a lot of people are so bitter about. You came in here tricking and you end up getting tricked in this basketball sector. There are people from all different walks of life that are engulfed inside of these muddy waters. And some of y'all want to wear white gloves in these muddy waters. That don't make it right, but I'm just identifying what you're dealing with. You don't have to play those games. People would tell you if your kid is that good. You don't have to pay nobody to tell you that your kid is good. That's mirror, mirror on the wall. But let's take it on home, man. Y'all share the show on your way out the door. And right back at make sure. There's a lot of people that need this stuff. Bottom line, you people in the back room, you people in some of you guys, the best advice I can give last to a guy like Marcus Sloan, you need to probably get out of some of them group texts that you in that way, and just and tell people, like I've told people know that around me. Don't even bring me stuff that you saying out there because it keeps my peace. If you bringing me stuff every day, the stuff that you saying, it could disrupt my peace for that day. And it's worked for me. And people know it. You know it.
Yeah.
How to know it? I mean,
I'm so peaceful. I'm so peaceful right now. Somebody looked at me one day and said, "Boy, you sure look peaceful."
Yeah, only people know. And they come one time, man. He said, "This man, look, do me a favor, man. Next time, unless it's something that's detrimental to my health, please don't even tell me, because we know what it is. You're trying to get a response, a like, and this thing, you have a real problem out here. It could be solved.
Yeah.
And
so you're saying it can be solved?
it could be solved, but it's gonna take. It took 4 years, 5 years to get here. It might take 5 to 10 years to solve it.
Okay, I like that.
Remember,
Wait a minute. That's just y'all's situation. You know, I'm talking about the whole
the,
community.
the whole period, the whole thing, the concept, because people are making it believe. That's the whole thing by this stuff.
Okay,
They make
I
it seem like
got you.
if y'all, if
I got
y'all can solve it, then what? Then y'all gonna start supporting these events?
you. But they still on different days. If that's non-negotiable right there.
It's
That's how
still
the
still
coaches
on same days, ain't it?
them
So how you gonna
non-negotiable.
so solve it? So what would be my solution? To close down my shop
Okay.
that I had before he came along when he was in high school. Some of these shops events was going on. So you saying to me, just shut it down. That's how we can solve it.
She come right back.
Come on now. Y'all know that. I've been telling y'all that for the good. It can be solved, but then y'all could take a stance. When you get fed up, stop playing and stand on it. We ain't playing in your event because this is why. Ada, if you made a hamburger and you didn't have no cheese, and people saying we ain't buying none more of your burgers because we like cheese, guess what? Eventually,
I'm
you know
gonna
what
go
your
get some
ass gonna
cheese.
do? You going tell him. That's what he gonna do. Tell him. Tell him. Oh,
Mommy gone.
that's how this thing.
She
But
come
anyway,
right back.
guys, y'all share the show, and we'll see you guys
We
on
out.
tomorrow, man. Good talk. Got to go now.
Jim, I love it. I rattle some nerve. All I'm telling you, Glenn Bishop, you don't listen. And I'm going to repeat that. You've been watching this show for 4 years and your ass still don't listen. So guess what? I'm going to stop answering your you know what? I'm going to let Jimmy comment on your comments. I'm not going to talk about your comments no more. That's how that's how I'm going to do it. I love it. Thank you, sir. But I'm out of here. Jimmy, I'm finna go play with my baby, man. Say bye now. You can say bye now. Get your hand out there. Say bye, everybody. We out of here, man.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.